Sitting up nice and tall. Thank you all so much for coming here this morning, and if you're on with me live, and if you're catching it at another time, I am very, very grateful that you're taking this time just for yourself. So, whatever seated position feels good. Actually, I'm going to pull my mat back just a little bit. There we go. Today's practice is really a healing practice, something that we'll have a lot of poses in here that will relieve, or supposed to relieve, anxiety. So it's just a wonderful time to start our day with some good energy, some good intentions, and carry that throughout. And not even just that, but to start our day with some self-care for ourselves. I know that we might have a lot of feelings and emotions right now, so let's give ourselves a moment. Closing our eyes, sitting up nice and tall, whatever seated position feels good. Slight lift of that chin, maybe putting our palms of our hands on our knees with our palms facing up. And just taking a few moments here to settle in. To give ourselves that time and space to transition in from whatever we were doing before. Feeling our chest rise with every breath that we take in, and feeling our shoulders melt away with every single exhale. Eyes are gently closed, and let's just be here on our mat right now, or wherever you are. Taking that time to just focus on your breath. As we sit here, we take this presence, this moment, this time to set our intention. What is it that we want to get out of our day today? What is it that we need a little bit more of, or even a little bit less of? And we remember that whatever that is, there's no right or wrong answer. But we let that thought gently float into our mind and let it gently float on out. We remember that our breath is our most important thing. It cleanses our body, it cleanses our mind. We're taking in good, clean air, and we're releasing what we've already used up. Focusing on our breath for a few moments throughout our day is a great way to just reset the body, because every breath is a cleanse. Every breath is a reset. So by taking this time to just feel those deep inhales and release with those deep exhales, slowing it down, we're able to actually bring our body to calm, no matter what we're facing. All of us have to be able to find that sacredness of breathing. It means a lot. Let's go ahead, gently open up our eyes as we're sitting up nice and tall. Take that cleansing breath in, hands come up toward the sky. Exhale, push away, long fingers, long arms. Let's do that again. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Just a couple more breaths here. Inhale, open up the fingers nice and wide. And exhale, like you're gonna push, you're gonna touch the walls to the side. Let it all come down. Inhale, gathering in what's good. And exhale, letting go. Last one right here. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. Let's bring that left hand all the way up toward the sky. Take that gentle breath in. Exhale on over to that right side. We're moving with breath here. Inhale, come on back. Bring that left or right hand all the way up. Take it on over. So moving with breath, inhale, center. Exhale over to that right side. Inhale, center. Exhale. We'll just hang out here for a couple more rounds, a couple more breaths. Making sure that we're keeping our knees down. We're not going to let that knee drop up and we collapse over. No, we're in control. We are in control of our movement here, and let's move with our breath. That's what the word yoga means. It's uniting our movement with our breath. So really, if you think about it, you are practicing yoga all day long, all day, every day. This is really just our time to think about it. All right, so that was our last one. Let's roll those shoulders forward, back, and down. Just a couple of rounds here. Yes. Oh, that feels good, right? Releasing the tension and stress out of our shoulders. Last one right there. Bringing our hands behind us so that our fingers are facing our body. We're just gonna open up the chest here a little bit. Take that breath in, and on an exhale, push into the mat. Just lift that chest toward the sky. If you want to lift your hips, go for it. Just a couple of breaths here. And exhale down. Yes, yes, yes. Release those hands back to center. All right, so from here, hands come all the way up toward the sky. We'll drop them in front of us. Let that head be heavy. Release on down. One more breath in. And let's go ahead, come on back to seated. One more stretch here. So this time we're taking a twist. Remembering that if we have any back issues, or if there's a pregnancy or some type of previous back condition, your twist needs to be so very light, very little, if you do it at all. So just keep that in mind before we move into this twist. And remember, nothing is a requirement. Everything is an option. Inhale, hands come all the way up. Let's take that twist to the left side. Drop our hands. Yes, so perhaps this is it. It's just a slight opening toward over that knee that's right here. You'd like to go a little further. Maybe use that knee guiding you in a little bit more. And one more inhale here. Release Releasing on back to center. Nice. All right, hands come all the way up. We'll take that twist over to the right side. Drop those hands. Maybe it's just a little bit of an opening. And if you'd like to go further, maybe holding on to that right knee and just guiding yourself in, looking over the right shoulder. One more inhale here. And let's come on back to center. All right, we'll unravel and find our first child's pose. So child's pose is a place of rest. Ooh, yes, that's my knee. Child's pose is that place of rest. You want to send the hips back toward the heels and just drop down. We make the pose fit our body. If it feels better to open up our knees and have our feet touching, if that feels better, then dropping down. And we also remember that if this is it, if we can't get those hips and that bottom all the way down to the your heels, that's okay. That's your child's pose. You rock it out, all right? You make the pose fit your body. All right, let's take a couple of breaths here, taking that rest. Gentle inhale. Let's walk our hands over to one side. Doesn't matter which side. I have my hands over to my left, and as I reach toward my left, I reach a little further with my right hand, getting this nice space being created in the side of my body. And remembering that nice deep inhale and exhale. Walking the hands on over to the other side, taking our time getting there. There is absolutely no rush when it comes to self-care. And on our next exhale, we'll walk our hands back to center. Yes. Sitting up nice and tall, let's go ahead, bring ourselves to a tabletop position. Couple rounds of our cat-cows. If it feels good here to kind of drop those hips a little bit side to side, it does for me right now. Maybe take some circles with those hips. Ooh, yes. All right, let's start those cat-cows. Hands are under our shoulders. Knees are under our hips, already pulling that belly button in. Nice long neck. Inhale here. And on our exhale, let's round that spine, pushing away from the mat. And leading with the tailbone on the inhale. Yes. Exhale, round, leading with the tailbone again. And just taking a couple of rounds here as we're loving on our back, loving on our spine. You might see me kind of going from the palms of my hands to my fists to my Spider-Man hands. That's okay. Sometimes my wrists start getting a little tender when I'm doing this. And the first thing I would say to do is to really make sure you're pressing into the palm of your hand as well as the finger pads. Not so much pressure on the wrists. And if that's not quite working, then yeah, find those Spider-Man hands. I find that just feels a little different, a little better. And of course, fist for wrist is always an option. Let's do just one more. Exhale, round. And inhale. Last one, finishing up on a round here. And we'll hang out in that tabletop position. All right, let's walk our hands forward, couple of inches here. We're going to go into a downward dog, But we remember if downward dog doesn't serve us well, we can always stay in a tabletop position. So if you're ready for downward dog, let's tuck those toes under. Press into the palms of the hands and lift those knees. Yes. Maybe even walk the dog a little bit here. Inhale on one side as the heel drops. And exhale to the other. Ooh. It's always a good idea to take a moment to remember our intention, to remember what it is that brought us here in the first place. Yes. All right. Pedaling it out just one more time on each side. And let's go ahead, gently drop back to those knees. Finding our child's pose again. This time wrapping our hands behind us so that our hands are touching, they're kind of close to our feet, and let those shoulders just drape over the knees. And breathing deep. Remembering we can never control what's going on around us, but we can always control what's going on inside of us. And that always starts with our breath. So it's really not about waiting until times get tough that we start paying attention to our breath. It's during those relaxing times when nothing is really going on that we practice our yoga, we practice our breathing so that when times get tough, our calming senses just kind of take over. Whenever we're ready, let's bring those hands back. We'll make our way to a downward dog again. Oh, yeah. Yes. Gently bending both knees. We'll walk our feet toward our hands and roll that spine all the way up. Reaching up nice and high. And bringing our hands to heart center. All right, so from here, just a little half salutation. Feet are about hip distance apart. We'll take a big breath in. Soft knees, take that fold. Bringing our hands to our knees for that flat back, nice long neck. Exhale, fold. And reverse the dive, come all the way back to standing. Always make sure that our knees have a little bend in them. We're never locked into place. We're never locked into anything. Big breath in, hands come up. Soften the knees, exhale, fold. Flat back on the breath in, hands to the shins or the knees, nice long neck. Exhale, fold. Reverse that dive all the way to standing, reaching up high. Going right back in, let's soften the knees. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Reverse the dive all the way to standing, reaching up high. Last one, soften the knees. Exhale, fold. Flat back on the breath in. Exhale, fold. Reverse that dive, big breath. Deep inhale. Exhale, hands coming to heart center. All right, let's drop our hands to our side, finding our mountain pose here with our palms facing forward, feet about hip distance apart. Dropping our chin to our chest, taking a breath in. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, chin to the chest. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Oh, that's a tight one. Woo, yes. Inhale, chin to the chest. Exhale. Let that breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, chin to the chest. Last one right here. And finishing it out on this final side. Bringing our chin back to the chest. And bringing our eye gaze back up to neutral. So we'll make our way down to the mat. You're gonna step to the top of your mat if you're not already there. Take a big breath in, soften the knees, exhale, fold. Flat back on the inhale. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Let's step one foot back at a time and then the other. Sending our knees down and sending our hips back. Making our way into a seated position. So crisscross applesauce or butterfly. Yes. This is where the soles of our feet are touching. We're still sitting up tall with a long spine and chest is proud. The further away your feet are, the more comfortable it probably might be. And the closer that your feet are to your body, the more challenging it is. If you'd like to sit on a block or a blanket, that might help. I forgot to bring my block over here. Oh well. What we don't want to do is to grip our ankles for dear life. So let's gently place our hands on our ankles, very gently resting. And think about that power that's coming through the core. Not gripping, you're using your power within, in your trunk, nice and long spine. If it feels better to place your hands to the side, go for it. Some people even like to put, if you have 2 blocks, a block underneath each knee. I love doing that, usually when it's a final relaxation. Putting a block underneath each knee feels really, really good. Sitting up tall here, just a couple of breaths. Gentle resting. Yes. Very, very nice. All right. From here, let's bring our hands under our knees, bring them back together. I'm going to show you from the side. We're going to find a seated forward fold. This is another really, really great pose for reducing anxiety, for just letting a little more stress go. Legs are as long as they can be. We're sitting up tall, long spine, shoulders back, hanging out here. I have a little bend in my knees. That's okay. They don't have to be locked into place to be nice and long. And from here, we bring our hands all the way up toward the sky. Inhale. And let's take this fold, reaching toward our feet. So we're hinging from the hips. We're not going into this curve thing, okay? We're hinging from our hips, trying to take it as long as we can. Whew. Yes, it's been a while since I've done this one. And when you're ready, every exhale just takes you a little bit further. Think about folding from below as opposed to rounding so much. There's going to be a little round. That's okay. But try to not have it as much as you can. And when you think you can't go any further, go ahead, release on down. Let that head be heavy. Just a couple of breaths. Taking a big breath in here, releasing our hands, gently pushing ourselves back up, So for many poses, there's always a counter pose. So since we were so rounded and so curved, now we have to kind of open up our back or open up our chest. So we're going into a reverse plank. If you would like to just bring your hands close to your body here and just push into the mat, kind of what we did in the very beginning when we were in the crisscross applesauce position, and just push into the mat, lifting that chest, go for it. If you'd like to go into that reverse plank, gently lift those hips, point those toes. Gentle inhale here. And sending everything back down. Elbows are bent. Nice job. All right, let's plant our feet on the mat. Maybe scooch to the end of the mat because we're making our way all the way down. Lower all the way down here. Couple of bridge poses. Another great pose for relieving anxiety. We walk our heels toward our fingertips and then walk them away about an inch or so. The knees are about hip distance apart. We take that breath in. And on our exhale, we'll lift those hips. Inhale. Exhale down. Just hovering over the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Just one more time, you guys. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Yes, all the way down. All right, so we'll make our way into our final relaxation for a few moments. And just to give you a little preview of what's happening, we'll do legs up the wall. So if you are near a couch and you can be on your back and place your feet up on the couch, that's fine. I am going to scooch my mat all the way up against the wall here and put my legs up an actual wall. And hope that nothing crawls on me, because that happened, I think, in the last class. I'm in a basement. What are we going to do? All right. If you'd like to just be in a seated position, absolutely that's fine. We'll be here for about 2 to 3 minutes, and let's just enjoy this final meditation that we have. Oh, yes, this is favorite. more breaths as we start to bring some awareness back to our body. Slight movements with our hands and feet. If you had legs up the wall or if you were on a couch, just gently start to bring those knees down, bring the legs down, roll over to one side. Eyes are still gently closed. And using the strength from our hand and our arm, let's push ourselves up to seated. Whatever seated position speaks to us. Opening our eyes, sitting up nice and tall. Thank you so much for coming here today. Well, coming to your space today and practicing yoga with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you appreciate yourselves just a little bit more. So thank you for taking time to heal yourself. And I would encourage you to find ways that you can heal others. Big breath in, hands come up. Exhale, release. Inhale, hands rise. Exhale, letting go of what we don't need. Inhale, bringing our hands together at heart center. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day today.